politicians that you see on the screen were all at the Donald Trump, at the, well, pretty much, not the Trump hearing. It's pretty much was uh, the Secret Service Director, Kimberly, I forget her last name, uh, Kimberly something. I don't remember her name. It was a hearing. Congress called it to a hearing to question her about how the Secret Service allowed for Donald Trump to get shot at, which caused Trump to get grazed and caused a civilian to get killed. And some other people I think got hit too. And the main focal point of that hearing was to question her and grill her, chew her ass up about her incompetency, what went wrong. But here come the Democrats, and like I said, I'm not a politician. I'm not a political person. I don't support any of them. But these Democrats, man, they always they carry an agenda with them everywhere they go when it comes to guns. They took that hearing as an opportunity to once again push gun control. You heard the chick, what's her name? Eleanor Norton. She starts talking about concealed carry in Washington D.C. and the AR. I'm sitting up here. I was a little puzzled. I'm like, why is she bringing up concealed carry in Washington D.C.? What does that have to do with what happened with to Donald Trump? Then she starts talking about AR-15s because the shooter supposedly he had an AR. At this point, you start to wonder now who's really behind all of these shootings that's been happening out in this country, and how come every single one of them just magically have the AR-15 involved. Just pay attention. Go see how many shootings. There's Trump shooting, Uvalde, all these. Go back the last 2 or 3 years. How many of these shootings were with AR-15s? Right now, most shootings in America is with handguns, right? But if you notice, the Democrats, they keep harping on AR-15s. They keep saying all these mass shootings with AR-15s, all these mass shootings with AR-15s. Then when you look at it, that's exactly what's been happening. A lot of these shootings were with AR-15s. Wow, ain't that just a coincidence? I'm gonna let y'all kind of like decipher what I'm trying to say here. But people that know, people that's not stupid and could decipher things and pay close attention to everything, we know what's going on. We really know exactly what's going on. They try to use the gun control to deflect too. They sent them there to deflect from the real topic at hand, what happened with Donald Trump. And they, at the same time, they kind of like almost told on themselves, but that's neither here nor there. I won't really get into that right now, but they said a lot of stupid shit in that in that hearing when it came to guns, especially that Raskin dude. That dude is he's just so delirious. He says, the Second Amendment has nothing to do with people being able to arm themselves. And then he tried to spin it, when it came to the government, because he tried to make it seem like people wouldn't arm themselves to overthrow the government. That's exactly wrong. That's not what it was meant to. It was meant so people can protect themselves from a tyrannical government. He knows that, but he didn't say that. He didn't say not one truth when it came to that. He spinned it his way to make it look, to demonize it, to say, people, we want the guns, the ARs to overthrow the government. That's 100% false. He wants to talk about falsehoods. That was false. All right. And he said that that's a false interpretation of what the Second Amendment. Who are you to tell us what the Second Amendment means? Like, who are you? You're nobody. And then the other female, I think it was it AOC. She said, well, the AR-15, and that weapon was able to reach out to where the Secret Service was at. It was able to reach far out to where Trump was, and I'm like, lady, you really don't know about weapons, because that dude could have had a sniper rifle, a bolt action, and they can travel just as further out as an AR. They are much more capable and much more powerful. 30-06, 270 Winchester, 240 Winchester, 338 Lapua. She don't know nothing about none of that stuff. As if, she's pretty much saying the AR-15 is the furthest traveling bullet ever made and ever existed. That's the way she was putting it. I couldn't believe what I was listening to. It was just a bunch of garbage, man. But, man, if Kamala Harris becomes president, man, I ain't gonna lie, I think we have some things to worry about when it comes to this banning on weapons. Since you know how they do, they're not gonna stop with the ARs or the AKs. First, they'll snatch those, ban them, and then they'll come after the handguns, and then after that they'll come after the shotguns, and then finally they'll come after the bolt actions and stuff like that. And then they'll start coming after stun guns and regulating those, and before you know it, you won't be able to go into a store and buy nothing but a stick. So very important times right now when it comes to this government stuff. As much as I don't agree with voting and all of that stuff, man, the truth of the matter is these dudes are the people that shape our country. They're the ones that shape the laws and pass laws, and it's an uphill battle. It's a never-ending story with these motherfuckers, man. But that was just hilarious to watch. They can never let a crisis or a situation go to waste without pushing their agenda, bro. They walk around with the gun control agenda in their damn pockets, bro. Everywhere they go. That had absolutely nothing to do with what happened at that rally. They know it, but nobody told them to yield. Nobody yielded them, told them to be quiet. That was a little weird, too. I'm kind of like, why didn't Marjorie Taylor Greene and them be like, listen, this ain't about gun control. Stop making it about guns. But nobody ain't say nothing. So I don't trust none of them, man. I really don't. And these are the reasons why. Anyway, man, let me know what y'all think. What y'all thought about that. The Democrats trying to deflect, and they just turned that whole Secret Service director hearing into a gun control speech. It was kind of sad to watch, but it's expected from the Democrats. They don't have all their marbles up there, so of course this is what they do. This is Rebel 9. Thanks for listening. I'll catch y'all later on the next one. Y'all stay safe. Watch your six.